Welcome to Tesla Deep Dives. The topic today, the 10 billion mile wall, analyzing Tesla FSD's new data threshold and the limits of data-driven autonomy. Welcome to the deep dive on Tesla's FSD, where the goalpost for true autonomy has been moved again. CEO Elon Musk recently declared that achieving safe, unsupervised self-driving will require approximately 10 billion miles of real-world training data. This new benchmark, significantly higher than his previous 6 billion mile estimate, redefines the challenge of data-driven autonomy and forces a major reevaluation of Tesla's timeline and valuation. Just weeks after high-profile deadlines for unsupervised autonomy were missed in late 2025, the 10 billion mile figure emerged. To contextualize, the FSD supervised fleet had already accumulated nearly 7 billion cumulative miles by early 2026. While Tesla is logging an impressive 14 million supervised miles every single day, the increase in the required threshold highlights a fundamental truth. The final 1% of the autonomy problem is exponentially harder than the first 99%. The technical reason for the new figure is what Musk calls the super long tail of complexity. This long tail refers to the millions of rare, unpredictable events, like a traffic light blinking out at an unusual time or a piece of debris on the road, that the AI must handle with human-level reliability. Tesla's VP of AI software, Ashok Elaswamy, echoed this, noting on X that the long tail is so long that most people can't grasp it. To crunch this monumental 10 billion mile dataset, Tesla is accelerating its AI compute infrastructure. This includes the massive scale-up of the custom-designed Doja supercomputer, which is intended to be an exaflop-class machine built around the D1 chip, featuring 50 billion transistors. Furthermore, Tesla has committed to spending billions of dollars on acquiring AI hardware from rivals like NVIDIA and AMD, specifically purchasing high-end H100 and Instinct MI300 GPUs to supplement Dojo's capacity. Bullish analysts view the 10 billion mile goal not as a failure, but as a confirmation of Tesla's unassailable data advantage. Melius analyst Rob Wertheimer argues that FSD's scale is a threat that could render legacy carmakers obsolete, projecting hundreds of billions in value to shift toward Tesla over the next 5 years. Piper Sandler analyst Alexander Potter also maintains a high price target of $500, stating that FSD is probably already better at driving than the average American. Skeptics, particularly on social platforms like Reddit, characterize the 10 billion mile goal as Musk moving the goalpost again and point to a persistent lack of commercialized, unsupervised autonomy. The bear argument focuses on the declining take rate for FSD, supervised, and poor comparative scores, with a Consumer Reports ranking showing FSD far behind competitors like Ford's Blue Cruise in a 2023 review, signaling a negative-sum game in perceived value. Despite the longer timeline implied by the new threshold, the TSLA stock price saw a nearly 2% climb on the day following the announcement, driven by renewed optimism about the wider AI/robotaxi narrative. However, the overall market sentiment remains mixed, with analysts having a hold consensus rating and an average price target that implies a modest 6.9% downside risk from current levels, reflecting significant execution risk on both production, e.g. Cybercab, and regulatory approval. The narrative currently dominating high-end financial analysis is not if Tesla can reach 10 billion miles, but what the AI-driven moat means for its future valuation. The AI robotaxi story, bolstered by a 14 million mile daily data stream, continues to justify the stock's tech company premium over its auto manufacturer peers. The 10 billion mile wall is fundamentally an admission of greater complexity, not a sign of retreat. The critical metrics for investors to monitor are twofold. First, the pace of the remaining 3 billion miles needed, which could be crossed by mid-2026 based on current accumulation rates. And second, the actual deployment and processing power of the Dojo exapods, as shared data volume is useless without the compute to train the neural network models that will ultimately solve the super long tail. Let me know what's your thoughts and leave your comments. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. To ensure you never miss a pivotal analysis, please like the video, subscribe to the Tesla Deep Dives channel, and hit the notification bell. Your engagement fuels our critical research.